So this is on the old road to Buenaventura from Cali. And there's no better road than this in the world for diversity. It's just full of exotic plants. Such a diversity of nature. And it's getting warmer now. It's probably at 700 meters as we're descending. And there's a bank here that we're just going to walk along and see what we can find. Lovely forest and just draped with flowers and exotic looking plants. So here above us, just spotted a cheflera, which is in the Araliaceae. And those flowers are always very good insect flowers, just like the ivy is at home in the UK. This one's covered in these bees, also very good for butterflies. That's cheflera, ivy family, Araliaceae, always with these very exotic looking leaves, digitate or fingered or lobed. So let's have a walk along, see what we've got. Oh, there's one called Hot Lips. This is in the coffee family, very good for butterflies. Psychotria poepigi Liana. Looking down here, this is a Melastomataceae, again with the bowed veins. This is Gesneriaceae, related, well, it's the African violet family. There's another little Rubiaceae there, ever so small flowers. So here we've got a vine, opposite leaves, there they are, coming out opposite to each other. If it's got white sap, it's a Poxonaceae. Let's have a look, excuse me, Hunt. Well, a little bit of white sap. I still think that will be a Poxonaceae. This is probably the same thing. Not the same plant, but the same family. A little bit of sap. So that's a passiflora. Looks like Cisnana, which is the mainland version or species. And the other one's Ruba in the Caribbean. These lovely variegated leaves. So passiflora, well, they've got stipules. Later on, when they're bigger, they have the tendrils. And the tendrils always come out just between the leaf, bottom of the petiole and the leaf stalk. There's another vine. Vines are coming more common now. We've come into the lowlands. This is opposite leaves, but compound leaves. With these tendrils, that's definitive for Bignoniaceae. We know the Indian bean tree, the catalpa, it's that family. So opposite leaves and pinnate leaves, pretty unusual combination. And if it's a climber with tendrils, then Bignoniaceae. That looks like Urticaceae, this thing. I'm not going to touch it because it's opposite leaves. Succulent stems, looks like Urticaceae. It might sting. So I'll leave that. Oh, too beautiful. Oh, look at this. So this is a Inga in the Fabaceae family with these pinnate leaves, but the stem itself has got a rachis on it. And these are the ice cream fruits, delicious to eat. We only have them, well, very rarely in Britain. Here's the bigger plant. These have been coppiced, cut by the road. Look at the size of that leaf. But it's one of the most delicious tropical fruits. This looks like Cecropia coming up. Cecropiaceae, what else have we got here? This is the, I would say, Ericaceae with this white blooms up there. You can see it looks a bit like so wet here in the Choco forest. The Anthurium. Oh, what have we got there? Looks like either Hecale, this is Heliconius, or Hecalesia. I'd say that was a Hecale. Just nice to see. So you'll have Passiflora nearby. Oh, have a look at this one. Here's a Passiflora with an ant on it. Look at this. Totally unknown to me. Well, I did come down here 12 years ago, found similar ones, but that's Passiflora decaloba type, so it will have a small flower. Always in cuttings, sides of the road are the best places to find them. And of course those Heliconius butterflies feed on those. There's a bigger version of it here. Be nice to see if there's any flowers. And look, here's a caladium. This is a wild caladium. No colour on this, but that beautiful velvet texture. Let's see if there's any flowers. Can't see any. Whoops. See what this chap is, if there's any white milk. No. A little bit hard to tell. Let's look at the underside of the leaf. It might know. This is probably, let's have a look where those tendrils are coming from. So they're opposite the leaf there. So that's, I would normally smell it, but I can't, but that's most likely to be Vitaceae rather than Cucurbitaceae and gingers. Little Asteraceae, Aster family, Amelia. It's called Rubiaceae. All that passion plant. This is Nana. This is Solanaceae, this one with the, it's got very sharp little spikes on, but what a beautiful leaf from the potato family. This is Myristicaceae, this family, and a nutmeg family, with these two ranked leaves and very rusty. And just a tip to tell Myristicaceae is if you look up towards the light, you'll usually see holes in the leaves. A bit hard to tell, but right against the sun, there they are. And fairly easy family to tell. If you look up there, they've got thin branches radiating out from the main trunk, thinner than they should be, so that's known as myristicaceous branching. Go down here, see what else we've got. This is a Calathea. And this, I'm just wondering if it's not Euphorbiaceae. Looks like there are some glands just beneath those, if that's Alcornia. It's got 3 veins and very hard family to tell. That's a Rubiaceae, coffee family. This is Anthurium with the collecting veins around the edge. That's how you distinguish it between philodendron, another stomataceae, and this is a bean in the Fabaceae, Phaseolus tribe, Malvaceae. So many good foliage plants here. Here's a Schefflera in the ivy family. And that there is Calathea, the yellow flower there with these lovely leaves that bend down at night. So there's a Asteraceae climber. Not sure if this isn't one called Cupania, this huge pinnate-leaved tree that the climber's going over. Anthuriums, all of these. Possibly these are geonomas. Asteraceae again, it's typical daisy flowers. And here's this coffee family, Rubiaceae. There are 20,000 species, so pretty tricky. So this is Marpesia in the Nymphalidae family. It loves fruit and it loves dung.